What's up, you guys? Welcome to session number 53. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Ash Wednesday. We are diving into a rebound in stocks. We're seeing the S&P inching higher as stocks attempt rebound from yesterday's sell-off here. So let's go ahead, dive in. So S&P rose Wednesday as Wall Street tried to claw back some of the steep losses suffered in the previous session. Yesterday's session, we saw, people really react to, inflation data that came out, the CPI report. And, it's coming to the realization that, the Federal Reserve is definitely not going to cut rates in March. And, there's only, I believe, we read that there's only a 6.5% chance of them cutting rates in March. And, even in May, it's still, up in the air right now. So that is by the data we consumed yesterday. So, we will really see, they're just estimates, but we're really going to see if, how the market reacts towards that news. And so far, we saw it really react negatively yesterday, and today we're seeing it really rebound, which is really strange to see, because when rates go up, stocks don't really do as well, and then rates come down, stocks do well. So, really kind of strange activity, but this market is insane. They're just totally disregarding Federal Reserve, the way we're looking at it, and we're gonna see what happens. So we have the S&P 500 index advancing 0.5%, while the Nasdaq Composite climbs 0.7%, and we have the Dow adding 0.1. So they are positive on the day so far. We had Lyft announcing earnings yesterday, and they jumped, 31%. They had an error in their earnings report, which made them jump, I believe, I think it was 60%, I believe. Chief Financial Officer in the earnings corrected them themselves, and, said, our numbers aren't as good as, entered. But they are still pretty good. So we have shares jumping 31% after ride-hailing company posted better than expected earnings in the fourth quarter. We have Airbnb slipping 2% as the company beat on revenue expectations in its latest quarter. Airbnb is a Mogul 30 stock. So we have Nvidia and Alphabet in the news, both Mogul 30 stocks. We have Nvidia nudging higher, 1% higher, setting the chip maker's market capitalization briefly above Alphabet's. This follows Nvidia 2% slide on yesterday, after rising treasury yields sunk technology stocks. So yesterday we had, the 30 stock Dow losing more than 1% for its worst day since March 2023. S&P and Nasdaq also slumped more than 1% after yesterday's CPI report. So we have Sam Stovall back in the news, quote unquote from him. The market was overbought from a variety of readings, but is yet to be now in the oversold camp. There is still some vulnerability in the near term for some corrective action, in my opinion, but I certainly don't think that we are headed for a decline in excess of 10%. I think it's more corrective pullback that is needed before we can continue our upward climb. That is Sam Stovall, Chief Investment Strategist at CFRA, an interview with CNBC. So, we have, January CPI report really making a damper on the Federal Reserve, really cutting rates, and it's not looking good for them to cut rates, the first half of the year. They're expecting, the first rate cut to the second half of 2024, and they're expecting that. And so the March cut is expected to be out the window. Same with May, and we're hoping for June, but we are going to see what other data comes out before then. We really need inflation to come down after seeing, January with the 0.3%, actual, and then the 0.2 expected. it's not looking good for the Federal Reserve to really cut rates ASAP. So that is the news. Let's go ahead and see how the charts are reacting. Let's jump into the Mogul 30 portfolio here. So we're looking at QQQ, and we're looking at the 6-month chart. We see it really coming back down to the 50-day here yesterday due to the CPI data that came out. Now we are trading kind of consolidating right above that 50-day moving average on the 6-month chart. Let's go ahead and go to the 5-day and look at this. So we see really on Monday it coming down here towards the 434 level, and then once CPI data came out yesterday, it really went down to a low of 425. And we bought, I believe, QQQ at 426. So we bought it at that, almost at that low. So, and now we're rebounding. So we really wanted to buy in yesterday, and if it kept going down, we were going to buy more today, but it's bouncing back up towards the 430 level today. So, at least we bought some at the bottom. That was our, analysis going into that trade, is we want to get these get QQQ at deals, and yesterday was presenting a deal for us at really coming down to the 425 mark at the lowest point, and we snagged that at the 426, 5 shares at 426, and now coming back up to the 430 level. So we're just going to keep trying to add QQQ over time at deals, and we want to see it at the oversold value range, and it was presenting that opportunity yesterday for us. Now trading on the 5-day at 50, and then we go back to the 6-month, and we have it trading at the 47 RSI level near fair value range. We might, it's really hard to add some because our average price is 416. It's going to keep going up as we buy above 416. We really don't want to do that. We really want to try and get QQQ. For example, look at this right here, meeting that 200-day, and it bounced right back up. We want to try and get it close as possible to that 200-day moving average. That will present a better deal than what we had yesterday. So, we're going to pause our QQQ position today, keep the 16 shares here, and try and wait for an opportunity, because it's, it's pretty crazy with all this inflation data coming out, and the market is still, doing well as I thought it would be, because, inflation, and, we really need Federal Reserve to cut rates, and, the first rate cut is getting delayed, which, obviously they're coming, and, investor confidence probably knows that. And so they're probably just getting in while they can. And then when, they do cut rates, market is expected to go up higher. So that is really what we want to buy. We want to try and buy deals here on QQQ. Right now it, popped back up to the 430 range. So we are going to pause our QQQ today and try to see if we could, see what happens later on this week with the market as it really consumes the CPI data. QQQ is really heavy in technology, so technology stocks are really doing well right now. So we really just need to see what happens with tech and all the other companies that are also in QQQ as well. So we'll keep an eye on it. We really want to really see this below 425 for us to really add back in. But we'll see. We just gotta analyze every day. If we don't see it really getting to that point, we're just gonna have to keep adding when it hits the 50-day, and even better, hitting the 200-day moving average. So that is the update on QQQ. All right, guys. So now we are here on DraftKings. We're looking at this. We see it at a 60 RSI level. We really want to get it below that, and I think we're going to nominate DraftKings as our cash secure put this week. We were trying to analyze what stock to do, because Palantir is really making staying at highs, and that's usually our selling option stock. And obviously with the puts, cash secured puts, they don't present as good opportunity, because we would really want to see this stock get down to 20, and it's just not presenting good enough premiums right here. So we go back to DraftKings here. We do see it up 3% today. We can see this coming back down towards that 200-day moving average, and if not, it doesn't. We'll just collect the premium, move on. But we want to lock in a 39 or 40. Let's see here. I think we're going to do a delta of 24. So we're going to lock in a $40 cash secured put, currently trading at 44.10. We're going to do expiration February 16th, that's 2 days from now. And then if it does hit that $40, we'll be forced to buy those 100 shares of DraftKings. So let's go ahead and do a cash secured put on DraftKings. All right, guys, so we're going to lock in a cash secured put here. Let's go ahead and do that. We're doing DraftKings. We're doing the $40 strike, currently trading at the 43.82 level for February 16th expiration date. Let's go ahead and lock that in. All right, guys, so we got filled at 96 cents there. So we just collected $96 into the account for that cash secured put, and we have around $4,000 collateral in case we have to buy those shares at the $40 range on Friday here, this coming Friday, February 16th. So let's go ahead now and do the $10 buy of the day here. Turn up this music really low here. Let's switch the song. All right, let's go ahead and do our $10 buy of the day. We are really looking at MGM really taking a hit at that 27 RSI level, and it's presenting an opportunity. We also have Airbnb really taking a hit, but it's still at 48 RSI, not an oversold value. We have Lockheed Martin still presenting a deal at the 31. We have Apple at the 28 RSI level. That could be an opportunity for us as well. It's currently trading at 182. So between MGM, between Lockheed Martin, and between Apple, I want to get into Apple, guys. So we're going to go ahead and do a $10 buy of Apple at the 182.93 mark. Let's go ahead and lock in that buy here. So we got a buy amount $10, order quantity 0.05466. Go ahead and lock that in. All right, we got filled on Apple at 182.94. So that is our $10 buy of the day. So that is trading session number 53, guys. We pretty much, are bouncing back from the CPI data yesterday, how the market really sold off yesterday, and we are bouncing back. You could see right here on SPY that, we are making a comeback here, trying to make it above that 50-day moving average. Same with QQQ. Really trying to make it above that 50-day moving average there and make a little bounce. And that is why, we saw it really sell off yesterday, and, we really wanted to add back in while it was at a deal. And now we are bouncing off that 50-day. And good thing we bought, guys. Good thing we bought. We added 5 more shares at a total of 16 shares. So that is update on the QQQ. We did the DraftKings cash secured put. We put up $4,000 of collateral, and we will be prepared to buy those shares if DraftKings goes down to $40 by the February 16th expiration. So we see here currently trading at the 43.84. If this goes down to the $40 range, right around here, this level right here, by Friday, we are going to be forced to buy those shares, and then we'll turn around on Monday and do a covered call. And that is the wheel strategy, guys, that we use in this portfolio. And for the $10 buy of the day, we bought Apple, really making a low here, really coming down to support here at the 180 range, and it's at 182, so that presented opportunity for us to buy $10 buy of the day. So that is session number 53. If you're not subscribed here yet, please consider subscribing. If you like live sessions, please consider smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm to help us. If we do ever get monetized on this channel, we are going to be reinvesting YouTube profits into this portfolio so you can see everything. So you are essentially going to be funding this portfolio if we ever get monetized. And so we're just going to recycle all the profits back into the public account here. So you are a crucial part of this brand. We really like helping people with the stock market, really help people with finance, help people with health and connections, relationships. If you guys really want to be a part of our community, go over to mogulfellas.com, check out the membership, get that free invite over to our Discord, guys. That's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the outro.